I have Dr. Paul joining me from Dillon Ridge Family Dental, which was our watch and win this morning. So congratulations again to Randy from Dillon. Here he is, Dr. Paul. How you doing today?
Good to see you.
So now, Dr. Paul, every time you come in, you've got some sort of enlightening aspect of dental health, hygiene, awareness. And today, it's all about the phobia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so can you talk a little bit about dental fear or dental phobia and, why do people fear the dentist? I'm definitely not one of them.
Yeah,
I love having clean teeth.
It's true, not everybody, but some people definitely go through that, and it's a constant struggle for them to get to the dentist, and it can affect their ability to keep their teeth if they are afraid to go and they haven't gone for years. Especially, that can just compound the fear and make it that much worse, because they're like, oh, I haven't gone, it's going to be so much worse, and when I go, it's going to be, it can become like a more difficult for them to go. So I think just finding that relationship and then going consistently will reduce a lot of the fear. But it does start out usually as some kind of childhood experience where they either had a bunch of cavities as a kid and they needed fillings, which can be traumatic in itself for a young kid to go through. I never did. I don't know, but most people that have just good teeth until they're like 15, 20, something like that, if you start getting a couple cavities, then you actually a lot of times are okay with it by that point. But if you're a little kid, it's tough to deal with that, and then it's a constant thing throughout the rest of their life.
So again, it sounds like it's something that's happened, a bad experience in childhood. So how can we prevent that from happening, I guess?
Yeah, so it depends on the kid. I have some kids that are, I'd say like 90% of the kids are perfectly fine. Even if they have a small cavity or something like that, you could do a filling and you just talk them through it and they're okay. But there's that 10% of the population of kids that will get cavities and just, you can't like reason with them usually. So going to a pediatric dentist, like a specialist, if I ever see a child that's just like very apprehensive and starting to cry and starting to have issues being in the chair and all of that, I'll say, listen, this is super important that we have them see somebody that's specialized in this area to make sure that they have the best possible experience that they can have. And there's one down in Evergreen called All Kids Dental, and they have like a jungle gym in the front, and they have video games and all this stuff. They're just incredible. Yeah. So we send a lot of people down to there and have them see them, and they get their teeth fixed up, and then they can come to us after, like the trauma or whatever, like if there's cavities and things like that, they can see us after that after that's all done.
It's just kind of for that crucial moment when you have to do that really important dental work. Exactly. It's also really important not to force it on the child.
Yes, seriously, because they used to have these things called papooses. They don't really use them anymore, but it's like a thing they strap the kid down, and it's like it's so traumatic. And I've had patients that have come in and told me, years later, they're in like 40s, they'll say, oh, I was like strapped down and they did all, and it's like, that is a huge trauma for them.
So how do you deal with patients that that's happened to them in their childhood and now they're adults? Like, I mean, what can you do for them now as adults?
Yeah. So it's I'd say trust is the number one thing for people that have had the phobia or fear. And I have quite a few patients that have a lot of fear and phobia. They still come in, and they'll come in consistently, and they've built a relationship of trust in that they know whatever I'm doing, even though they don't understand all of it that's going on, they have that trust with me that they can actually kind of relax a little bit. It's not always 100%. There's other things that we can do Noise canceling headphones help a lot. People hate the sound.
Yeah.
Also, we have like different scents in our office to try to reduce the smell of the dental office because it always has that smell, and people, I think it's all the different senses. And then we
Yeah.
have like TVs on the ceilings that they could just kind of zone out. So
Yeah.
we try to like occupy their senses with other things.
Yeah, I imagine the TVs on the ceiling must really help.
Yeah,
Now,
that's
Dr. Paul, where can people go to find out more information about your practice, your location? Maybe come in for a little tour to kind of, again, just kind of break that initial fear.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we're right by the Dillon City Market gas station. You could come on in. Yeah, we always do a tour of the office also to get people, sort of settled in to the space. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for coming by. It's so good to see you. It's been a while since I've been here on a Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Okay, folks, we're going to take a little bit of a break, and then after the break, we're going to talk about some events going on around Summit County.